Hey everybody, this is Perch. I got a mail here that is curious to me. And if I'm bright, I'll remember to put it up on the screen, not some goofy art image, but I'm probably not bright. It's always funny when I say these things and then I process the video like days or sometimes weeks later and I completely forget this opening. And so I'm just making myself look like an idiot at this point, but that's fine. That's on brand for this show. Anyway, the mail goes, hey Perch, I like your channel. I appreciate your content. Can't really argue with anything you say. I like different comics than you do, but you present it in a nice and fair way. That said, I wish you would shut down your channel because your channel is providing a lot of information to bad people, members of the alt-right, members who hate comics and want to see it destroyed. Even though you're trying to put out good information, and I appreciate that, what you're putting out is hurting other people. Okay, so, let's have the uncomfortable conversation and dig into it. I'm not going to deny that when I put out video and I put up sales information, that people take it and they use it for a variety of reasons. I've seen my stuff pop up all over the place. I've seen it pop up on the John Byrne forums. By the way, if you saw this stuff over there, hello, and a thank you to John Byrne and some of the folks over there for sharing that She-Hulk video. You guys have the market power, man. I I don't know, more than most. You guys are incredible for bringing traffic and audience in, and as a fan of John Byrne's work, I'm always happy to correct the record in what I feel is a pretty big, misunderstanding, pretty big slight toward him. I think you can not like John Byrne and also not lie about his influence and what he did. I think that's pretty lowball. But I've seen my stuff pop up on Kiwi Farms and I mean, just all over the place. I'm putting out data in a lot of cases. I'm putting some analysis of that data in a lot of cases. And it certainly feeds some people's narratives all directions. I guess I can only point to the fact that the fact that people on all fronts have pointed to my videos to support their arguments, no matter where they're coming from. That's where I feel I sit. It is, I'm not in control of how people are using this data to prove their own points. Some of those points are insane. What's weird is when people get it wrong. Like I did the video on the Thor sales analysis and, I saw people shared it, on some other channels. Like, see, here's proof that, Jane Foster Thor was a failure. I'm like, did you watch that video? The data shows the opposite, but, okay, sir, whatever you want. That stuff's always funny. But look, no, I can't shut down the channel because how people use the data. That is on them. And I hope, although I will grant you, we don't always live in this society, but I would hope that we have a system and a country where people will, have at least the intelligence or the wherewithal not to lump everybody into the same bucket. And I understand that's not the world we live in. I understand that our country operates in a different way in a lot of cases, and people are big into herd attacks and, painting everyone with the same brush and all the rest. But, I'll give you some examples here. I know that this channel is confusing to some people. I try to, state a couple things out the gate regularly. I love comics. I love all comics, and I'd rather see more comics than less comics. My North Pole, my true north, if you will, is that I want to see more opportunities for everybody, not some people, not this group or that group, everybody. I will be quick to defend Moon Girl as a title that sold quite well to the audience it was marketed to. And I want people to learn from that. I want people to understand, hey, when Marvel puts out Moon Girl, maybe they're not insane. Maybe they're insane for shipping it to the direct market where it doesn't sell, but there's a reason why they're doing it, and it's this reason. It's not that they're just it's not like there's a Brewster's Millions kind of philosophy here where they're just trying to burn money as fast as they can. There actually is a strategy, and I think that's good learning. It's good to know that. In other cases, sometimes there is no strategy, and you're just kind of left to wonder what in the hell went on, and why did that happen? Those kinds of things intrigue me. But that's a big point of what I do, and I've gotten into trouble. I know in many cases I've supported the SJW writers. I've supported the Comicsgate writers. If you're putting out a comic book, I want to talk about your comic book. I don't really want to. I don't want to talk about your ideology. I don't want to talk about whatever other craziness you have going on. And if you are somebody that's attacking other people and harassing them and challenging them and all that kind of stuff, then I'm disappointed in you. And I certainly don't want to, I don't want to support nor be part of that behavior. But your comics, if you're out there producing comics, yes, absolutely, I want to support you. And there's been some really bizarre arguments. I've complimented people on all fronts, people on Kickstarter, people on Indiegogo, people from different walks of life on their campaigns. And I've gotten some of the most bizarre reactions to that. Like, how dare you support that person? And you say you like all comics, but what if Hitler was making a comic? Okay, Hitler's not making a comic. Hitler's dead. Let's just stop with that kind of stuff. I mean, it's what are you even saying? I mean, and plus it's the wrong argument. If Hitler, conceivably was still alive and running a comic book publishing company, which, I mean, just wrap your head around that for a second. But if that was the case, my first response toward Hitler would not be, hey, we should stop this guy from making comics. My first response would be, hey, we should try him for war crimes and probably kill him. That would be my response. Not what, not is he making YA or manga. That's a very weird way of thinking. If people commit crimes, you try them for crimes. You don't talk about their publishing deal. Anyway, all weird. I've had some people support me, and I appreciate it. I will say somebody who gets regularly slammed for a variety of things is Gail Simone. I will say thank you. I did on Twitter. I will say thank you here for Gail Simone for sharing the Nancy Collin interviews and some other things I've done, because she understands the value of promoting some of these people from the 80s and the 90s who did great work that the industry seems to have forgotten about. That's another big driving force for me, by the way. It's not to lionize the 80s. It's not to say that, only that time period is the only one that matters and everything else is crap. It's that there are a lot of people who made a lot of cool stuff, who did, daring, exciting works of art that we don't talk about anymore. One of my biggest pet peeves, and I think I'm going to talk about it, I don't know when this video will go up, but hopefully I already have. One of my biggest pet peeves is when you have somebody who, maybe a female writer who gets a job at the big two and puts out a really creative, powerful, meaningful piece of work. And then the publisher kind of forgets that they were there, stops putting their stuff in trade, cuts off the royalty checks, and then makes a big deal about hiring a woman writer, 15 years later, as if it's the first time I've ever done this. I think that's really unfair to the first person who got the job, and it just bugs me like crazy. But, these facts are inconvenient. Yeah, I get it. If I show the sales numbers for Squirrel Girl and they're not stellar, that some people, I mean, again, I don't know what you mean by the alt-right, and I'm not saying that sarcastically. Like, that term is being used for all kinds of people. It's just, I really wish people would be more sparing with that kind of stuff, because I think white supremacy, true, like that evil is terrible. And so when you throw this label around to anyone who's bothering you on any level, I think you're giving that evil you're giving those people a pass. You're watering down what is truly terrible by just deciding that this is a term you happen to like to use and you can get some attention out of using it. That's crap. But I don't know. I know these numbers get used. I know people take this stuff and they use it to bolster their arguments, again, on all sides. I know there's some people who I'm friendly with that I chat with in DMs and mail and sometimes over the phone that would not do an interview because they're scared of what their friends would think. There's a very prominent DC writer who I'm very friendly with that I would love to do an interview with. I've offered many times. He can't quite make the time work, and I'm sure what's driving that is this concern that some of his peers can be like, "Oh, you're on that guy's channel? Oh, I don't know. I think that stuff's just rotten." And again, it's junk. As somebody who's been attacked multiple times by all fronts, what is weird, I notice, is in my comments I have more people kind of from one group, and in my email I have more of the other. And I kind of want them all to get into a giant brawl. Wait, sorry. No, take that back. I would love for us all to get in a room with a convention, and I'll buy you all beer or whatever you want to drink. And we'll have a good night and just have a good time. And that's what comics should be about. So, I mean, I would just want to be honest. I appreciate you writing the mail. I appreciate you laying it out so directly. I think a lot of people, think that, but don't say it. And I appreciate just coming out with it. It's a fair question. My answer is no. I think, I'm going to do this, and if it's misinterpreted, it's, then I'll correct if I made a mistake, and otherwise it is what it is. I think we shouldn't hide from data, even when the data is uncomfortable. And all I can say is I have again and again, it's not my job. I'm not here giggling when manga sells better than North American comics. Obviously, I have a vested interest in North American comics, so doing well. I want this stuff to succeed. I remember when I had my shop open when Mags' Eternity Girl came out, and that title did well. And I remember posting on Twitter, "Hey, this title is doing better than expected. It's selling out a lot of places. It's doing well. Here's some suggestions for some other store owners. Here's where you can get copies. Here's what we're seeing." And man, people were pissed. They just did not like that I was saying a nice word about this person. And what's funny was it wasn't even a nice word about the writer. It was about the book. The book is selling. This is facts. And it makes me wonder at times, just what is everybody fighting for, right? This is comics. Like just our goal should be grow the industry, make the industry larger, stop taking shots at each other and aim that energy inward so we can actually get more things produced, and just cut it out. I'm going to continue to interview people. I love bringing some of these voices from the past out so you can get a listen to them. They're very interesting. They have great stories to tell. In a lot of stories, they talk about the same problems that we're having now, which should be a bit of a comfort, I think, to all of us, that these aren't new problems. So also a little bit irritating that 30 or 40 years have gone by and we haven't solved these problems, but that is what it is. My goal is comics to get better, and comics getting better means comics getting bigger. And so that's the conversation. That's where we're all at. And the people who have set up a career in taking shots at it, of which there are plenty on both sides, I'm anxious for you to leave. Yes, I'll say it this definitively. I would like to gatekeep the people who are blowing this industry up out. Because, it's not even accidental. I think there are certainly people who make mistakes accidentally. They try something and it doesn't work. There's definitely a seat at the table for those people. I want to learn. I want to teach and learn and help people get more successful. The people who are actively every day trying to blow it all up, they should piss off. That's my opinion. But again, it's free country. If you're going to take this video and this content and do your own thing with it, that's on you. I can't stop you. I trust in the end people are smart enough to know the difference. And if not, oh well. I don't know. If anybody has any better suggestions, I'm all ears. But otherwise, hey, thanks for listening.